Swing it, Scott.
I can barely hear that.
Are cloudy and gray. They're only gray for a day.
So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away.
Just remember that
Sunshine
Only follows the rain.
So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles
away.
Just remember that sunshine
always follows the rain.
So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away.
All right. Welcome back. Oops, we've got the wrong screen. We don't have Gary. There's Gary.
Oh, there we go. I thought they disappeared or something.
Yeah. Came back.
So we want to welcome everyone today to the Big Dream Interpretation Show. And who do we have? We have at the controls our producer, director, sound man, dream interpreter. We have Scott. Say hello to everyone, Scott. And who we got over there in the chat room?
I think Amelia's.
We're here. Amelia's here. She's here. How are you, Gary?
Chat room.
Good. I was still saying Scott while he was saying Amelia. I was confused. How are you doing, Amelia?
I'm doing good, Gary. How are you?
Good. We're going to answer some big questions today. So we need people to send in their questions, their dreams. I even have some good questions today to ask. For example, Amelia, why do we put suits in a garment bag and we put garments in a suitcase?
That's a real good question, Gary. To preserve everything so you don't lose it. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Can you tell me what's another word for synonym?
Cinnamon?
No, synonym.
Oh, cinnamon.
We got a lot of good questions today.
I need to Google this.
Amelia, is it possible to be totally partial?
Yeah.
Or partially total.
Or partially total.
Anyway, we better get on with the show here.
Oh my God.
What about, there's people that make signs?
Make signs?
Yeah.
Yeah, road signs and
right.
business signs.
If they go on strike, is there anything that's written on the signs when they will picket?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Wow.
They won't write their own signs.
No, not if they're on strike.
Yeah.
I guess they just carry empty signs.
Yeah, they're on strike. They refuse to.
And what about when parsley farmers go on strike? Do they garnish their wages?
Okay. Oh, I'm glad these things are being recorded because I need to go listen.
Oh, yeah, you can go listen to figure out what we're talking about. So if people want to come with some more good questions like the ones I just had, how could they do that? Or if people have dreams they want to send in?
Well, there are two different ways. One of them is by logging into dreamsnetwork.tv, and they can enter all the way on the bottom of that website, and there's a chat button. They can click on the chat button, choose an avatar, or they can remain anonymous, and it'll just give them a guest number. And there they can type short dreams to us, and we'll be able to read it on the chat and able to reply to them, and they can give us feedback through the chat.
But not real long dreams, right? We don't have the opportunity today if people have like really long dreams.
And it won't take, in the chat, it's only a certain amount that it's allowed before it gets cut off and we can't even see it. So short dreams are the best. And also, there's another way they can communicate with us, and that is calling the studio because we have plenty lines available. And what is that number, Scott?
Yes, they need to call quickly before the lines get filled up. We have a number that's going to magically appear right on the screen, and that's 1-641-715-3670. And then you'll be prompted for the access code, which is 590442, and then add the pound sign after that. Once you do that, you can listen to the program on your phone, and when you're ready to bring us your question or your dream or your comment, then hit *6. You have to hit *6. That lets us know that you're ready, and then we'll get to you as soon as possible. So there's the number on the screen again, 641-715-3670 and 590442 with the number sign. That's the access code.
Now, what if people have complaints about the show?
Well, then they need to send an email to or a text to 1-800-EDDIE. He takes care of all our complaints.
Oh, okay. Then.
He was really busy last week, I think.
Yeah. That was...
No, the complaints were pouring in last week. Okay, so do we have any callers on the line, or do we have lines wide open?
We have some open lines right now.
So this would be the best time to call in, right? Before it starts getting packed.
Absolutely.
Eddie is saying that he wants Twinkies and mushrooms.
Twinkies and mushrooms.
You have to watch the last show to get that joke. So if you want to understand that joke, you have to go back and watch the last show, Prophetic Insights.
That's pretty funny, the mushrooms.
Yeah. Gotta get
so you already gave the phone number, right?
Yes.
I'll give it again if you want.
All right, if you gave it, it's on the screen, right?
Yeah. Can you see it there, Gary?
Yeah. What if people, once they dial the number, is there anything else they have to do?
Yeah, they hit *6, and that lets us know that they're ready to come on. So once you dial in, you can listen to the program. We can see that you're there, but we can't talk to you until you hit *6. And then we will bring you on the air as soon as possible.
Okay, good. So do you have anything to share tonight, Scott?
Yeah, I thought I'd share some symbols, again, from Gary's book, Dream Interpretation. And that's funny. I'm flipping through to find the right place, and guess what I see at the top of the page there? Symbol. Like in the band, that's a symbol. But that's not what we're dealing with. What does a symbol mean? It's probably like a glang. There's a scripture about a gong or like somebody without love.
If you're without love, you're like symbols.
Right.
With no, but they're round things.
I know what they are. Yeah, maybe if other people don't know what they are.
It's an instrument.
It's a brass instrument. Kind of like a gong.
The gong. They gong you out.
So yeah, I wanted to look at some military symbols tonight.
Military symbols. I remember you mentioned that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I could give a little teaser last week.
You used to be in the military, right, Scott?
That's right.
Jumping out of airplanes and stuff.
A few years ago, yeah. It's been a while. I'd have to use two parachutes these days. I think that was my fighting weight was a little bit less than where I'm at now. But yeah, used to jump out of airplanes down at Fort Bragg I was stationed. So
yeah, I got so heavy that I had my shoe shined and I had to take the guy's word for it.
What?
I didn't catch it all, but it was pretty funny.
Oh, because he couldn't see it.
Ah, I got it. All right. Okay, AWOL. Do you know what that means? It means absent without leave. AWOL. So you're gone. You're not allowed to be gone. So what might that mean? If
like spiritually not there. like mentally not there,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's what I'm
not paying
thinking.
attention, not
Yeah,
not being aware of.
not aligned,
Hmm,
I would say. I don't know, I'm guessing right now,
yeah.
but that's what I get, like
Yeah,
not
that makes
aligned,
sense.
not there, left without further notice, like.
Yeah. I think you're on the
Temporary.
right track because it's like you're not authorized, so it's like kind of like you're out of
You're
God's
spiritually
will,
missing.
out of God's will, like maybe backsliding or kind of.
Spiritually missing.
Yeah. So that could be what it means, missing spiritually. Absolutely. That's good. That's good. Okay, air raid siren. I like World War II movies, and there's a lot of that, like especially like in London and all. They used to have air raid sirens. That's a warning.
Warning.
Of an attack from the enemy, maybe.
Or even to come together, because in the trumpet in the old days,
Oh, that's right.
they
The
would
people
assemble
gather
the
together,
people
right?
with the shofar. They used to assemble them
right.
together. So
Yeah,
They
it's
could
the
go-
same as a shofar. I never really thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
assemble the people.
cool.
Could be good or bad, I guess. It depends.
How about an ambush?
Again, that's an attack from the enemy.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
what I'm
never-
thinking
I don't
too.
think
Yeah, it's
ambush could be positive.
and it probably is something hidden because it's like unexpected. All of a sudden,
And a
it's a
surprise
sudden
attack.
Surprise
Mhm.
attack, right? Cool. Well, there's even a scripture there. The words of the wicked are like a murderous ambush, but the words of the godly save lives. That's Proverbs 12:6. Yeah, I love it when you have a scripture that backs up
Backs up
the interpretation
symbol,
or the symbol. Yeah. And that's actually the best place to get what the symbols means from the scriptures, right, Gary? That's our
Right, you got to start. Not everything is in the Bible, but at least it can't contradict the Bible.
right. Okay, cool. Ammunition.
For me, like that would be the word, because that's
Oh.
ammo.
Ammo, yeah.
Ammo for the enemy. Yeah, I would say it would be like the word.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would be in the positive,
Mhm.
and then the negative, it would be an attack from
From the enemy.
from
Yeah,
the enemy for
The
somebody else.
being attacked with ammo.
And this is from the Message Bible from 1 Corinthians 9:15. I'd rather die. This is again, it's from the Message. I'd rather die. Wow, that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Than give anyone ammunition to discredit me or impugn my motives. Wow, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that's intense right there.
I
Like,
have to look that up later. 1 Corinthians, not now, folks. No, don't go looking that up now because we've got a program here. But
Yeah, you're sending everybody away.
I know, but that's 1 Corinthians 9:15. And let's see, next one we have here is anti-aircraft artillery. So that's like cannons that are shooting up into the air when the airplanes are coming up, the attack from the air is coming. So you shoot anti-aircraft artillery.
well,
It's like bombs being shot up into the air.
I don't know why I'm thinking of the armor because it protects you. I don't know why I'm thinking that
Okay, well, yeah, it's definitely a protection from an attack
from an attack
from the air.
from the
from the
yeah.
air.
That's what I don't know.
So it's like a spiritual attack. So that might be like what specific type of armor from Ephesians
The
6
one
you think?
that says, your armor, your
Your
breastplate, I don't know, in your helmet, you have everything to protect you from ammo.
So definitely, yeah, protection. But I think specifically, right, Gary, because it's in the air. This is a spiritual, maybe a prayer.
Oh, could it be spiritual warfare?
Spiritual
then?
warfare, yeah, like in a prayer.
That makes more sense.
Right, but the anti-artillery is destroying the spiritual attack.
Destroying the spiritual attack. Awesome. Thanks, Gary.
Maybe we'll do one more, and then we'll get to the dreams. And
All right.
so-
Well, the next one happens to be armor itself. That is the next term, a military term of armor. Now that's different in the modern military term of armor compared to like
Yeah.
the Bible days, like Roman armor.
I don't know how they fought. That was
Yeah.
scary.
I mean, now armor is
They
like
ran
tanks,
into each other.
tanks and trucks that are armored, so armor, so that's protection from an attack from the enemy, right? Armor, generally. And Gary references Ephesians 6, which we're pretty familiar with, that we need to put on the full armor of God. And then having done that, then we're to take our stand against the enemy. So it's protection, it's God's word, it's actually God's freshly spoken word. That's the sword of the Spirit, and the breastplate of righteousness, having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. So I'm gonna have to stop somewhere because I don't think I'm gonna be able to name them all offhand. But it's the full armor of God that protects us when we take the stand against the enemy. All right, and
Great, thank you, Scott.
you are very welcome.
So do we have any callers?
We still have a couple open lines here, so no callers waiting at this moment.
Okay, how about we have Amelia Manning or womaning the chat line.
Womaning. That's a new one.
What do we got on the chat line?
Well, we have, I have something 3 hours ago. Do you want to do that? 3 hours ago?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, as long as it's from today.
Yep. 3 hours ago, I dreamt that I was in service in church and meant to talk about the Bible school course I just finished as, I was trying to get busy here. Okay. School course I just finished as I was on my way to the podium. An armor bearer told me the topic I was meant to be speaking on, and I realized that that's not what I was prepared for. As I got to the podium, a man shouts, "Pastor." I said, "I am not a pastor." As I was going to start, the rain starts falling in the aisles of the church, and then the pastor's wife, realizing I was not ready, decided to close the service. Can you please tell me what the above dream means? Thanks. Want me to read it again?
No, I'm looking at it also.
Oh, great, good.
But I have that same kind of dream all the time,
Well,
at least once or every couple of weeks.
Really?
That preparing to preach, and then I get to the service and everything changes and I'm not ready, or they tell me I'm not ready. And sometimes I have a dream that I'm just standing there and I can't think of what to say, and everyone starts walking out.
oh man.
I had that dream even last week. That's not a dream from the Lord. In this dream, see, the rain could be good, but obviously it's not good in this dream because they closed the service.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a dream. That's not a prophetic dream telling the person that they're not qualified to preach, that they're not ready. It's actually their own feeling of not being qualified.
Fear, right?
Or, a feeling like they'll be rejected or they're not ready. So I deal with that dream all the time. And it's never actually happened once to me, that I got someplace and I go stuck, or then they change the topic, or people realize I wasn't supposed to be the one. So I think it's sort of an emotional dream that's common with people who are ministering. What the Lord would say, when someone has a dream like that, is that in reality, they are ready. That it is time to move forward. They are qualified. Don't listen to the emotions.
Wow.
Amen. That's good. Okay. Do you want me to continue with another one? And 107, if you're listening to us, maybe you can give us some feedback. Guess 107. So we'll see. Do you want me to continue to read the next one, Gary?
Wow.
Yeah, if there's no one on the line. How come Eddie never sends dreams in?
Because he's
Yeah.
probably trying to remember your jokes.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a caller, Gary, but she needs to hit *6 to let us know whenever she's ready.
And how do you know it's a she?
Because
I was thinking
this,
the
Oh,
same
this is a
you're
prophetic
prophetic.
show, right? Isn't it?
You were just-
But
I was thinking.
well, by faith, I'm going to say it's a she, and she
At
did hit
least
star.
I have avatars that
Right.
tell me what they are. What do you got
She-
going over there?
She did hit *6.
She did.
I'm not going to tell
Uh-oh.
my secret. Let's see if it's a she or not.
Somebody's on the line.
Hey, Pam, how are you doing?
Hey, Scott, you're cheating a little. I'm going to say it's a she.
He's cheating. He's cheating. Mm.
How's everyone tonight?
Good, Pam. How are
Doing
you?
good.
Good.
Good. Well, I have a dream.
Go right ahead.
It was in 3 distinct parts. It's pretty short. There was the first part was there was this very influential man, and he was throwing a dinner party, and I was helping him set the table, and he told me to set my place next to him. So all of a sudden I was very important. He made me feel very important and very,
Mm.
And then right after that, I was in this big area, outdoor area, where there was this huge, luxurious pool area, and it was all carved out of this giant gray stone, and it was surrounded by huge gray stone walls. And then the third part of that was I went behind one of the walls and took a box from this Chinese couple, and in the box was all of these all-natural medicines, and the box was actually this couple's store where they sold stuff. And so I was going through the box, and there was a bunch of all-natural tinctures in there, and then a bunch of these frequency stones. They carried different vibrational frequencies of certain things. So I went through them, and I handed them to somebody to see if they actually worked, if they could feel the energy through them. And they did. So I picked out 3 of them. The first one said liver. The second one said joy. And the third one said reading and learning. So I took them, and then I went back to the pool area, and that was the end of the dream.
Mm.
So that last part, was there anything about it that's close to real life, or it's all just symbolic?
What do you mean close to real life?
I mean, in terms of the world of natural stuff, does that sound anything real, or it's just all like totally symbolic?
No, I mean, I've seen stones before like that actually carry the frequency of certain things. But I mean, I think the fact the writing on them was probably symbolic to something. Does that make sense?
So there are stones that carry frequencies?
Yes. It's all natural and homeopathic medicines.
Yeah.
Just like essential oils carry
Yeah.
frequencies in them. And the homeopathic medicine actually is a frequency. There are stones that you can impart different frequencies in.
Oh, okay. So let's start in the beginning of the dream. So in the beginning of the dream, there was, you were told to sit next to this important person. Was he the one who was in charge of the dinner?
Yes, he was the one who was throwing the party and in charge. Yeah, it was his party. And he's the one who told me to set my place next to him. I was helping him set up.
Mm-hmm. So, and there was a dinner, right?
Yeah, but I didn't see it. It was only the preparation stage.
Oh, okay. So what does that show? That shows there's promotion coming to you.
Oh,
It shows what?
promotion. Promotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that
come
God
up
is
higher,
promoting
come
you, but it's going to come as you serve. See, you were serving. You were people in leadership are going to take notice of you. You know, because of they're going to see the quality. They're going to see they're going to really see who you are. They're going to see the value in you. And God is going to promote you to a new level.
That's good.
So the second part was about a big pool. So, and you said it was built on the foundation of stone, right?
Yes.
So Amelia, what would a big stone? Who is that?
Wouldn't Jesus be the rock?
Right, that's Jesus. And what would the pool, the water, represent?
The Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm. So what that part of the dream shows me is that you're hungry for the more of the things of the Spirit. You wanna dive in. You know, you're thirsty for the presence of God and and for the supernatural. That's what the pool would represent. But it's all on the foundation of Jesus. You know, that's what the rock would be.
How about the color gray? It was gray, Gary.
Yeah, I don't think that's relevant in this dream, because usually gray is a negative color, but I don't see that that's anything negative in this dream.
Okay.
So did that make sense so far?
Yeah, it does. Like the gray color, Scott, it was like, it made it more like luxurious. Like
Okay.
it was like this really special place. It was like very wealthy, like fancy, luxurious place.
Okay, good,
Mhm.
That's
good.
what the gray stone made it feel like
Okay, good.
when you looked at it.
And so again, the first part shows promotion in your ministry, and the second part shows real a place of continued encounter with God that you're desiring, and you know, to move in the things of the Spirit. The important thing is always to make Jesus the foundation of everything. And that's why God is promoting you, because that's, you know, that's who you are. You know, a lot of people make the foundation getting more money or power, or they want to be known. But for you, you make, the Lord sees that you make Jesus the foundation of everything that you do. You know, nobody does it perfectly, but generally speaking, that's what God sees in you.
Oh, that's good. Good dream so far.
Okay, so can you say the next part again?
Okay, so I went behind the stone wall, and it was like indoors somewhere, and there was a Chinese couple there. And I took their box, which was actually like a store to them, like as if they had an all-natural store with all-natural medicinal things. It was in a box that they were carrying. So they gave it to me, and I looked through it, and the three things that I picked out were the vibrational stones. That one had liver on it, like, you know, my organ, the liver. It said that, the word liver on it. One said joy, and the third one said reading and learning. And then after I picked those out and took them, I went back to the pool.
Okay, well, I believe those three things are three aspects of your ministry or calling. What does your liver do? It filters out it's like a filter, it gets rid of all the junk. So I believe there's an aspect of your ministry that's going to be involved in inner healing and physical healing. But you know, that part would show me inner healing. The second stone, which said joy, would mean that you have an aspect of your ministry will be to release joy. And the third one will show that you have a teaching ministry. You know, where Jesus talked about living stones, which symbolizes the people of God, you know, who are alive, you know, living stones. So I believe those represent three aspects of what you're called to do.
Oh, wow.
Are those
That's
things
great.
that you have a desire for? Teaching, bringing joy, and also inner healing.
Yeah, the inner healing and joy would be great. Teaching, I've been told that many times. That still freaks me out a little bit, but I'm willing.
Oh, okay. And you know, I believe you're getting it in the box means that it doesn't matter whether you feel equipped or not, because God is giving you those gifts.
Oh, from the box. Okay.
Yeah, so God is saying He's providing everything that you need.
Oh, okay.
So did
that
that
makes
all
sense.
sound,
'Cause
make
I
any
took them and
sense
I
to
didn't
you,
pay for
putting
them.
it all together?
I never paid for them. They were just given to me.
Well,
Yeah, which means that you don't have to feel like you have to qualify to be in those ministries or to walk in those giftings. You know, you don't have to somehow fight up a ladder, because the first part shows God is supernaturally going to advance you in the kingdom and give you great favor. So it's not like you have to work your way up or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So now let me ask you, the couple that gave it to me was very specifically Chinese. I mean, that never happens in my dreams. So was there anything that means anything?
Well,
I mean, I
you
love all
said they
natural
own
medicine,
that
and
kind
I'm
of
very
store,
interested
right?
in all that.
Yeah, I don't know that it was the aspect that they were Chinese, but that they owned the type of store, a natural store, right, for healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe God used that is because that's something that you have a passion for. So He was giving you an illustration in the natural of what you're called to do in the supernatural.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
See, God will use the symbols, the things that you're really passionate. I know you're passionate about, you know, natural cures and things like that, homeopathic medicine. See, that's in the natural, but God is showing you a picture of what your ministry in the supernatural using that.
Okay, that sounds good. That was a good dream.
But Pam,
Yes,
speaking
Gary.
of natural, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How come in lemon juice they use artificial flavor, and in dishwashing liquid they use real lemon juice?
Are you serious? That's ridiculous. That's so funny.
Yeah, but it's true. When I buy dishwashing liquid, it says made with real lemon juice, and then I buy lemonade, it says artificial lemon flavor.
Pastor Gary, buy the real stuff then. Don't buy the artificial stuff.
Oh, okay. I should have known better.
Exactly.
That is too funny.
That's kind of funny though. That's so
these
ridiculous. I can't believe that stuff is done like that anymore.
I know, you should
You
write
know, that
them a
bothers me,
letter.
so I'm gonna have to go look it up now.
Okay, good. So thanks for calling.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Pam.
everyone.
thanks,
Bye,
Pam. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good
All
night.
right.
You know, Gary, perhaps I should have asked this of Pam, but I'm always curious about what store do you go to, or who do you buy non-essential oils from?
That's a
Okay.
good question. You should ask Pam then.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll call back with the answer. So anyone else on the line?
Yeah, actually, we do have another caller. Let me see if Pam's still. Pam, are you still there? No, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, we have another caller, but they haven't hit *6 yet. So, in order to let us know that you're ready, hit *6, and that lets us know you're ready to come on. And okay, so that's it for now.
Okay. Do you
Let's
want?
see if Amelia got anything for us over in the chat room.
In the chat, special
Yes,
chat room.
Shirley says hello. Shirley.
Oh, Shirley. Yeah.
Yeah, Shirley the Gonzalez. I don't know if that'll make a difference, but she says hello. She says hello to Scott and her
And don't
daughter.
call me Shirley. No, she probably hears that all the time, right?
Yeah. And here I have her daughter.
Wait, if
said-
somebody's on the line, it sounds
yeah,
like
I hear
someone's on the
somebody
line.
laughing.
Yeah, I did too. Is there somebody there?
I guess they muted themselves. They were laughing for a minute.
Yeah, I thought maybe I pushed the wrong button here.
No.
You just push Amelia's buttons on.
Yeah. Okay. Kelly, actually Shirley's daughter sent in a dream. And it says, I dreamt that me and my cousin Kelly, which is Shirley's daughter, and her cousin Kelly, went to youth group and we were having a retreat. For the retreat, we went to a tall building in New York, and when we entered the building, our family was there, and this woman with a baby. Then the woman with the baby tracked our family and our youth group into different rooms. She was planning on burning us, but somehow I got out and I took the match and pretended to burn down the rooms, but I took everyone out at the same time. So I continued to do that until I ended up outside my cousin's house, and I had to burn down their house and take them out too. So I did that and then went back to the building after that. I continued to burn down the rooms and take everyone else into. The girl with the baby finally noticed and she got mad, but then she came to her senses and started to help us instead of going against us.
So what do you think, Amelia?
Well, obviously, somebody's trying to burn you down and your friends is not a good sign. But I think that this young girl, is actually, it looks like she has a gift of even helping others. Like she's concerned about everyone else. She actually pretended to be burning them. So I believe that.
And she's a young person, right?
She's a young girl. Yeah, she's a young girl. And I believe that she has a gift and she's like concerned about her friends and her family, spiritually speaking. And
But it also, to me, what it looks like also is that she's concerned about the way things appear. So she's actually doing the negative thing, in order to, I wasn't exactly sure. Why was she burning down? She was also burning down in order to please the woman.
She was pretending that she was burning because the woman wanted everyone to burn inside. So she started burning, but she took everyone out first. She took everyone into safety first, and then she burnt the rooms. But the lady wanted everyone to burn inside the rooms. But she took them out and then she burned them. And at the end, the lady realized that she was doing the opposite, that she wasn't burning anyone. And then the woman at the end started helping, came to her senses and started helping them go to safety instead of against them.
Wow.
So what do you think?
I still think that even though she was burning, but she was burning but still protecting the people, like covering, like if anything she was covering them up, hiding them from the lady, she didn't, so the lady wouldn't notice that she was keeping them safe. So I believe that she literally at her age is a covering for some family and friends,
You know how old she is?
I don't know.
I mean, not exactly how
Yeah,
old.
like a teenager. I would say maybe 12 to 14 years old, I think, about.
You know, Gary, I've got a thought on this. Can I throw it out
Hmm.
Sure.
for your consideration, for both of you? I'm thinking about like Schindler. Remember that the movie based on the guy who worked within the Nazi system, but he was actually saving Jews, right? And that he was known for that, providing jobs for them, and so. But he was working within the system, so that came to mind. Like this woman, you know, is being, you know, evil, wanting to destroy the people. So the girl in the dream is actually rescuing people, but she's like working within the system. You know, it's like, okay, I'll burn the house, you know, and
Like
so
undercover,
exactly. So they think, so the evil woman thinks, oh yeah, okay, we're destroying the people, when in reality, so yeah, like you were saying, she's a rescuer. But it's like working within the system and working undercover, and I'm thinking perhaps it's like maybe like the system I'm thinking of, which tends to get bashing a lot in dreams, but you know, the religious spirit in the church, you know, that would be a system in which, you know, people can operate, you know, and appearing like, oh yeah, they've got all their ducks in a row religiously, but in reality, it's about the people, about rescuing people, you know, making sure people have a relationship with the Lord rather than the religion. Does that make any sense? Maybe it makes sense to the writer too. So yeah, I agree with
All
you
right,
guys.
so we'll just leave it with that.
Yeah, so I agree that yeah, that's like a calling for her, being a rescuer, but undercover and within the system.
But you know, but then on the other hand,
Yeah,
you know, you get a sense that it's important for her to know that she doesn't have to work within a system. You know,
okay, yeah.
and within a negative system, she doesn't have to pretend. The
That's a good
dream
point.
also shows me that somehow she feels like she can't really be herself
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
among young people.
yeah.
That's
That's a good point. Yeah,
That somehow she has to pretend to be what she's not, and I believe the Lord is telling her that she can accomplish everything she needs to, and she can really be who she is, you know, who God made her to be.
that's a good point, Gary.
that is good. That is
So I think what everyone said was good. Why does somebody wrote, it says, I can't hear you?
Yeah, but it's them that they can't hear. I told them to raise your speakers because everyone else can hear us. And they actually wrote a dream too, and I think that's the next one.
There's still no calls?
Well, we have a couple of callers waiting, but they need to hit *6 on their phone, and that lets us know that they're ready. And but until they hit *6, they're welcome to just listen on their phone.
Okay. Guest 715 said, I had a dream. I was standing on high, looking down on the ocean. I remember I was afraid and I wasn't able to move. As I was looking down, I see high, big waves. The water looked foamy and coming in hard with force. It was daytime. And that's the end.
Okay, so if someone's standing on high looking down, what does that show me about the person?
That they have like a seer, they can see revelation from like high, like they have revelation, or they can see like through God's eyes, kind of.
Right, there's somebody with a prophetic call, a prophetic gift. They can see right from God's perspective. And the ocean, I mean, all this is from Revelation. We know that the ocean represents the nations, and that the big waves represent the troubling of the nations. but yet in the dream it was daytime. So what to me what the dream is saying, that the person seeing prophetically that what the enemy's trying to do in the nations, to really bring trouble. That's what we're seeing now with all the terrorism and all of these issues, that are hitting now the whole world. An increase in violence and trouble. But yet it's still daytime in the dream. What does that mean prophetically? Daytime means that it's not time to give up. It's still time to press through. It's still time to save souls. It's still time where we could break the power of the enemy and turn things around. So say if it was nighttime in the dream, that would show, well, we're at the end and it's too late, the enemy's coming. But the fact that it's daytime means it's still time for us to defeat the enemy, to work, to pray, to gather together, and to win souls.
Amen. Thank God for daytime.
Yeah, remember Jesus said, but the night is coming where no one
No
can
one will
work.
be able to work. That is true.
I don't know what that means.
What?
I don't know what that means.
But what means?
The night is coming
The night is
when no one
coming.
can work.
Well, it's in the
we must
Bible.
work
What
the
it
works
means
of
is,
God.
eventually the
That's what
end
he
is
said.
going to come, and
And we'll not be able
the
to
door's going to close, and it's going to be too late.
Okay. yeah, 'cause-
Just like Noah's Ark, it's
like
shut.
teach the word or say anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Gather.
while it's still day, he said, "Work. We are to do the works of God while it is still day." I think he said, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, we're
So-
still in the age of grace, but eventually, the end is going to come. Judgment's going to be poured out. Jesus is going to return. But for now, it's still time to work. The light of God, the favor of God is still shining.
Amen.
The heaven's gates are open wide.
Still got a chance.
But at the same time, the dream shows the plan of the enemy, to really increase, to bring trouble on the earth.
That's right.
Is increasing. And we're seeing it just put on the news.
Yes. True. Anybody on the phone? No?
Still, they're still waiting. Maybe they.
Yeah, some people just like to listen on the
Yeah.
phone.
That's okay.
They don't have to talk.
Okay, we have guest 6 that says, "Hi, good night. I dreamt that I was in the house of a church intercessor who also had another intercessor with her. Her home was dirty with garbage and old shoes. I noticed she has a few of my important cards, which her son took from my wallet. She returns 3 cards, but on my credit card. So I thought I would request this at another time. Then I see in another part of the dream a duck bill platypus in a box.
Whoa.
My father comes and folds a mat around it, I believe to kill and eat it. Thanks."
That's wild. I was thinking of wild or different symbols that we might not find in Gary's book today, and platypus was one of them. And I'm thinking,
Yeah,
oh,
but remember, platypus is a dinosaur,
Mhm.
right?
it's a
Isn't it?
dinosaur. No, it's real. It's present day.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's a mammal, but it's a good thing I was thinking about this. It's a mammal, it's furry, kind of like a beaver, and I think it has a flat tail like a beaver, but it has feet like a duck, and it has a bill. I'm talking, but nobody can see me. And it has a bill like a duck, looks like a duck, and it has webbed feet, but it's a mammal because it gives birth to live young, and it's furry. And it's a platypus. It's present day. So it's wild that I had that thought
Well,
today.
good. I'm glad you know what that is.
So
because-
anyway, my thinking this afternoon was that it's an animal that kind of has characteristics of other kinds of animals. It doesn't fit into one category. So that's my understanding of what it means.
Okay, and according to the dream, It says, I was in the house of a church intercessor who also had another intercessor with her. Her home was dirty with garbage and old shoes. I noticed she has a few of my important cards, which her son took from my wallet. She returned.
Okay, well, wait, let's stop there.
Okay.
So first of all, I want to say, even though the church, it might be the church intercessor might be someone she knows, but it's not necessarily saying anything negative about this particular person. Remember, people in dreams typically are symbolic.
Yeah.
So it could mean that, but it doesn't necessarily saying that there's something dirty about this church intercessor.
Mm.
Okay.
But what would that mean, that her home was dirty with garbage?
Could it be a spiritual life? The spiritual, it could even be the church itself, right? That is not in order.
Right, and old shoes. What does that mean? Do things the old way.
With garbage and old shoes. Yep.
Mm.
So it's the church, and then she notices that the cards were missing, which her son took from her wallet. This lady, which is the church, let's say, and they stole her monies from her wallet.
Well, not her money, her card.
Her cards,
Your card, an important card from your
Credit
wallet.
cards or
the credit cards. It says
But it says not. Oh,
she says she returns 3 cards, but not my credit card.
okay, so other kind of cards, like maybe identity, like who knows, membership card to
And
somewhere.
she kept her credit card.
Okay, so she had like other cards, not the credit cards.
Right. She took 3 cards,
Okay.
returned the 3 cards, but not her credit card. In
Oh,
other
didn't
words,
return the credit
didn't
cards. She
return
kept the credit
Yeah.
cards.
Correct.
Okay.
what the lady sounds like is the Jezebel spirit. And what I believe is that the person had the dream has had an encounter with someone who really came against her, a church person who very manipulative, controlling, and it's affected her identity and her finances even somehow. Her identity in terms of the person has tried to really diminish who they are in the Lord, to downplay their gift or somehow negate them.
Yep. And the fact that, and then another part of the same dream is the duck-bill platypus in a box.
It's in a box. It's the same dream though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another part of the dream. And it says, my father comes and folds a mat around it, I believe, to kill and eat it. Thanks.
Father comes to eat the platypus.
That's in the box.
Yeah, I don't really know what a platypus is, so you got me there. I have to research it. But Scott seems to have some ideas.
Or
Yeah,
isn't
I
that
know-
like
I
a
know-
negative thing? And
I
the
know it
father,
is.
which may be God, and comes and wraps
Yeah,
it.
I always liked platypus. What's this thing? Just kind of cute looking. But that's the impression I had this afternoon when I was thinking of it, that it's a mixture. It's like kind of looks like a duck, with a bill, but yet it's a mammal furry like a beaver, and it swims around, like a beaver in the water.
It has the feet like a duck, right?
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
it's something that swims, which would mean it has to do with the church very often, because
Okay.
water represents, but the big bill would represent gossip.
Okay.
If what's emphasized is the bill, it would represent things that have been spoken against her. And I believe, her father saying that come and kill and eat is symbolic, but killing the animal is showing God is going to destroy the power
Oh,
that's
good.
come against her.
That's good. I like that.
I can't get more specific because I don't really know what platypus.
Yeah.
It seems like something in a cartoon.
Yeah, it looks like one too. It really does.
Well, Gloria, get 15 said, "Thank you, Gary. Wow." This is Gloria Peralta, and she said, "Thanks, Pastor Gary." That's what she's believing God for, healing for our nation. So the interpretation is head on.
And I say a real short one right before that. What was
Yes,
that dream?
my husband dreamt with a sea of black clouds, like really heavy. It was like a tsunami, but instead of water of the sea were this black clouds. And then he heard a voice that said, "Hell is coming."
Hell?
Hell. H-E-L.
Yeah, I think that's
Double
very
keep it.
similar to the one that Gloria mentioned before.
Mhm.
A tsunami, with black clouds. Again, it's showing the enemy coming.
And it's
The
heavy.
presence of the enemy. Clouds, if they were white clouds, it would represent the presence and glory of the Lord. And if they're black clouds, it represents the enemy coming, trying to bring the false gospel, the false presence. A tsunami means a flood of sin. Hell coming means,
Yeah.
again, the enemy. It's looking prophetically and seeing that the enemy is trying to increase his attacks in the nations and in this nation. And we're seeing that, again, you just have to put on the news to see the terrorism and the wickedness and the corruption, even the things happening in the entertainment industry, just so much corruption. But see, in the past, where people would get dreams like that and assume, well, it's too late. The enemy's about to take over, the Antichrist, he's about to be released, so we might as well give up. But again, Jesus said, occupy till I come. God will show these things, not for us to hide and give up, but to stand against it, to begin to war against what the enemy's doing, to take a stand. I believe that the light is greater than the darkness. What do you think, Emil?
I think that even the fact that this is a man that saw it, I believe, even as the head of household, like, men, he said he dreamt it. So I think it's like a warning also for even heads of household and households to stand up and pray, because of the fact that he was the one who had it. And most of these dreams, a woman has them. A woman has these dreams, and they're the intercessor. But in this case, God is showing it to this man. So I don't know if that signifies anything. Because it's
and when it says hell is coming, it says in the book of Revelation, it talks about, demonic spirits in the last days being unleashed. Those reserved in the pits. But again, it doesn't mean that they're going to overcome. I believe in a triumphant, victorious church.
Amen.
So these are not dreams to release fear. They're
No.
dreams to
But it's like a warning dream, right? Even for the dreamer, it could be a warning dream, like,
no, I don't believe it's a personal warning.
no.
Because when you get tsunamis and all these black clouds, it's obviously a corporate thing. It's
Okay.
not a picture of a personal attack. It's a picture of an attack coming against the nation.
Okay.
And we see it in every area, politically, economically, Again, it's showing the plans of the enemy, that hell itself. But what does the word say? That the gates of hell will not prevail against you.
Against it,
So
the
hell
church.
can attack, but the church will stand victorious. So it's not a dream to bring fear. But when people get dreams like that with that immense of an attack, it's not typically a personal attack.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I don't know.
So I see by the old clock on the wall.
Do we even have a clock in here? No.
There's one right
Yeah.
there.
There is?
I'm amazed Gary can see it though.
Yeah, I could see it all the way from New York. By the old clock of the wall, I could say it's time we have to wrap up.
You can't see it from there. It's on that
No, I
wall.
guess not.
It's next to the door.
I'm like, man, I know I got my glasses on. I can't see a thing.
But before we wrap up, I got a good tip for everybody. You know how people, they go to the cleaners and they take like their shirt to the cleaners, and how much is it? Like $3 to clean a shirt?
I take my sport coat there. It's about $7.
Well, I take my shirt to the cleaners. It costs like $3 to clean.
Yeah.
You know what I do now? I donate it to the Salvation Army. They
Okay.
clean it, put it on a hanger, and I go back the next day and buy it for 75 cents. I got that tip there for Eddie in case, you know, he wants to save some money. Even maybe Marie would be interested in something like that.
I would have never even thought of that. Where did you get that, Gary? That was really genius.
But you know, in these days, tough times, tough measures.
Oh,
So
man.
those the dreams we didn't get to, they can email me, right?
Yes, at which one would you like? The
Well, they can go
dreams?
to surpassingglory.org.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on the website here on the chat.
surpassingglory.org. Also, we have big announcements. We have Impact coming up this Saturday.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole day of teaching and equipping with me, Russ Painter, the field. Scott has a teaching plan. So that's going to be this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. You can email anyone here if you're interested in signing up. You can go on my Facebook, where there's also a link somewhere down, and you could scroll down till you see the link. Also, we have the retreat, the prophetic retreat coming up the 15th and 16th, which is just a week and a half away. So we need people to sign up. We need to get a count. We need to make sure there's enough food. So for all the stragglers who just say, well, I'll just walk in that day and pay, you could still do that, but then you might not get any food. Right? But I'm going to try to bring some pig's knuckles and sauerkraut in a cooler.
Oh my God, that doesn't even
It
sound
sounds like
good.
something a good Jew would bring to
Yeah, with some of that Neapolitan knockwurst that Marie makes.
Oh
Well,
my
that
So
sounds
God.
we're gonna have that for
I've never
all
had
the
pig's
stragglers
knuckles
out
before.
there who sign
I
up
don't know
late.
if I want
the
it.
knockwurst. Sounds good.
Yeah, the Neapolitan knockwurst, and then we have minced eel with honeycomb tripe.
Oh,
We have Eddie's and Melody's special recipe for that. So that's for the people who pay at the last minute and just want to walk
That's
in.
so that's what
I
they
have that
get to
for you
eat.
in the cooler.
I get it now. So if you don't want to eat that, then you've got to make sure you register before when, Gary, the 10th?
The 10th, right?
Yeah, the 10th, because we have to give in, at least if nothing else, let us know for sure whether you're coming or not by the 10th, because we have to give a count. You know, we can't just give them a random number, because if we tell them more than the amount coming and we don't get that amount, then I'm personally liable.
Ooh.
And then every Monday night, we're going to have to take an offering. You don't want that, right?
No.
And
We've got
Eddie
a
says
small
he's going to bring some
congregation.
platypus fried. That should taste good.
Mm.
So we need you to register. It's going to be Friday night. The Fields will be ministering, and Patrice will be worshiping. And then all day Saturday, we're going to start off with Amelia and Scott leading a time of harp and bowl prayer. Then we're going to have an extended time of worship and flags, and you can dance. You can be free. We're gonna have workshops to be equipped. We have a new workshop this year that Debbie Painter is gonna do on prophetic photography. So you bring your cameras, your phones that take pictures. Patrice is going to be doing a workshop on prophetic parenting,
Huh.
on how to have discernment as a parent. So those are all things that coming up. We have the Fields and Anna Latona teaching.
And
All
Josh, I
kinds of
saw
will be
Josh
interpreting
and
dreams.
I saw Josh and his wife. I forgot his wife's name. They're doing a workshop.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a workshop,
Mhm.
and Miguel from
Miguel.
Pastor
There you
Miguel,
go.
and we're going to be doing dream interpretation, and everyone who comes gets prophetic ministry, personal healing ministry, impartation, plenty of food. So,
Yeah, and I have here Eddie saying that he's gonna bring platypus.
All right, good.
yeah, his
we're gonna-
special
yeah.
fried platypus recipe.
So we're really gonna have it all. We can't complain.
And then also we have more announcements. This Thursday you have your dream workshop that you do, right, in Elizabeth?
Oh yes, on Thursday, at 525 Westfield Avenue in Elizabeth, beginning at 7. We're trying to keep beginning at 7, and
Which means 8:30.
which means 8:30 in the Spanish community.
If you're lucky, 8:30.
Translation.
No, we're gonna be on time because that's yeah, we're gonna be on time.
Okay,
So
you said it.
and it'll be for dreams also and vision interpretation, and whoever has dreams can bring them that night. We'll have a short teaching, and then Gary will be interpreting dreams together with whoever else comes by. Scott, you should come by.
Thanks. I think I might be at IHOP that night, but
Okay.
Well, after you finish eating pancakes, you could come by.
But I wanted to ask you. You said that people can bring their dreams to your meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't do that, you're going to have a separate room. They can do some sleeping and dream.
Yeah, we'll do.
you have a
We'll
dream
put them
room.
to
No, they
sleep for a
dream
half
during the
hour.
teaching.
Or they'll sleep during the teaching.
That happens to me all the time.
They'll sleep during the teaching and then they'll dream and be ready for the dream time.
So that's this Thursday, and if people want more information, they can email you, or you have your own website too, right?
Yeah, it's reparandolosportillosrotos.com, and that's the website, and they can go ahead and contact me there. And also they can call me, and most of them have my number. I won't say it on the air.
No, that's a good idea. Everyone will be calling you with dreams.
Or they can contact my Facebook page too. They can contact you, myself, and on Facebook. Messenger us, inbox us, like they say.
Okay, and we have one more announcement for this Friday night. We're going to be doing a Passover Seder, and it's also going to be a fundraiser for Melody's ministry to help feed the poor in
Hands
India.
of Mercy. Hands of Mercy is the name of Melody's ministry. Hands of Mercy.
So they can email me for more information, or email you.
We expect to begin, I believe, 7:30 the latest. And yeah, you'll be teaching on that. And
Yeah, we'll be doing the full Passover Seder, and also will be dinner, right?
yes, we'll have it.
Is that where Eddie's bringing the platypus to, or was that the
Yes,
retreat?
I'm not sure he's going to be able to grab so much platypus, but he's welcome to fry some and bring it in. That's a lot of platypus.
Hey, Amelia, do you
Yes.
know what you get when you cross a Jehovah Witness and an atheist?
No, what do you get?
You get someone who knocks on doors for no apparent reason. Okay, we better go. We'll be back next week, and we'll hope to see everyone this Thursday. And we're doing the Hope Tour this week. Thursday night in Elizabeth, Friday night in Linden, right? Is where the
Yes,
Passover
Linden.
Seder is.
304 West Morris Avenue, whoever's interested in Linden.
Okay, and also Saturday at Impact, which is in
Rawway.
Rahway,
Rahway, but it's
YMCA.
not in the prison, right?
No, we're
It's
not
at the
going close to
YMCA.
that.
YMCA.
So if
Rawway.
anyone just escaped from the Rahway prison, you're welcome to come, right? We let everyone come.
Yeah, maybe they'll get impacted.
There we go. So, okay, well, I see by the old clock on the wall that it's way past time to
Yes.
go. Russ is going to be down in a minute and he's going to start chasing everyone out. It's past his bedtime. So how about a little traveling music? And again, if we didn't get to your dream, just send it to me.
Yes, surpassingglory.org.
Or
Yeah, and it has a link on there to send in the dream.
all right. Say good night, Gary.
Good night, Scott.
Good night.
Let's see if Marie's singing this time.
When
When skies are cloudy and gray, come on, Norma. Be great for a day.
So wrap
Your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away.
Just remember that
Sunshine
always follows
follows
the
the
rain.
rain.
So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. Let's see, maybe Melody will do the bass part.
Always follows the rain.
So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. Good night,
night.
folks.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Yeah.